Not changing. I want me to change. And that has informed the way you have lived your life and the choices you have made. What do you think is going to happen, darlings? And can I tell you what happened to your girl? I'm going to live the best version of my life. Hi. Hi, somebody. Hi. Somebody. Darlings, how are you, my loves? Welcome to RebelForASpell, where it is all about you and moi as we step outside of our comfort zone so that we may live and be the best version of ourselves. You know what you do with that? Ring that bell, darlings. Ring that bell. So that you know when we have videos uploaded for you, darlings. Love having you on the channel, thank you. You get the notifications. So you know when we're having videos here for you to come and watch the videos, darlings. Because you know I'm a little bit channel. Tiny channel that YouTube ain't really helping nobody find. Let's talk about it. We just talked about in that other video, hence the same outfit that I'm wearing because it's a recession. Did you check your bank account? I did. I'm gonna do what I want to do, darlings. Alright. We just talked about unsmash my heart. I need you to love me again. Darlings, this video is part 2, if you want to call it, of that same personal growth theme. It's called Not Changing. Personal growth wimps. Let's say it again. Not changing. Personal growth wimps. A lot of people think personal growth is a bunch of garbage. Why should I grow personally? I could stay the same. I'm living my life. I've been living my life all the same way. I meet this somebody all of a sudden wants me to change because whatever reason they want me to change. Why should I change? It's garbage. Personal growth is garbage. It's just a way to waste people's time and make people feel bad. No, it isn't, Joel. It's up to you if you want to think about that, Joel. I say if you want to think about it that way, that's your right. I'm not here to change anybody's mind if that's how you want to think, but darlings, I committed to myself a couple of years ago that I'm going to live the best version of my life for myself. Not to impress anybody, clearly. Because what's the point? You'll always disappoint somebody because their definition of grace and beauty and esteem ain't got nothing to do with you. It got to do with their own insecurity. So for me, personally, I am here to grow, and that's why I opened this channel to share. But the focus of this channel is some folks say they're not changing. Personal growth wimps. They think we're wimps because we are invested into a personal growth. All the new subbies, this may be a little bit much for you, but darlings, 'tis mine, and I'm gonna live my life. Welcome to the family. This is what you get, darlings. Dogs. So, here's why people may think, some of them, that personal growth is for wimps. They need instant results. That's numero uno. Instant results. I want to wake up and I want to grow. I want to not deal with anything else, but here's where I was. And the state of emotions, whether it was on smash my heart, whether I lost a job, whether I'm dealing with tragedy, here's where I am. And right here is where I need to be. And it needs to happen in a day. It needs to happen in an hour because I need it now, darlings. If you have that mindset, you are setting yourself up for failure. Do not put your personal growth on a deadline or on a diet. Let's say it again, baby. Let's say it again. I had to learn this the hard way. It took me years to grow personally. And here's the thing. It never stops happening. You're aging, you're learning, you're interacting with other people. Of course you should still keep growing, but some people think it's lickety split. That should happen right now. So do not set yourself up for failure, my love, by putting your personal growth on a deadline. By Friday, I want to grow. Really. How long have you been doing what you've been doing, honey? How old are you? How old are you? Okay? All of that should inform you and communicate to you the next step we're going to step into. It takes time, it takes commitment, it takes growth. We've checked out our video, Joe. It takes time and it takes honesty. The truther. Go check out that video. Okay, Jones? The next one, number 2, dos. Claim your baggage. You ever go to the airport and you forget you keep your baggage over here and you didn't come from Houston, you expected it, and you came in from Paris or whatever, and it's just there hanging around waiting for you. And it happens again, you take another trip. I don't know, you go to Des Moines, an hour, and then the same baggage is over here at that airport, you still didn't claim it. Guess what happens? It accumulates, it accumulates, it accumulates. Claim your baggage. It's your baggage. Okay? A lot of people I find in this world, your girl was one of them, darlings. You know, you just want to own the positive parts of your life. You want to own the acclaim and the compliments and the newness that comes into your life, whether it's relationship, whether it's a new job, whether it's a new man, whether it's a new taste of a restaurant that you've just encountered, the newness. You ain't want to deal with your old stuff. So what do? Whether it's emotions, whether it's people, whether it's circumstances, you just want to avoid, darlings. I just want to avoid. Let's avoid it. If we don't disturb it, don't disturb the sleeping hornet nest. Don't disturb it. Avoid it. It'll be okay. And what do we also want to do? We want a comfort blanket. We want to numb ourselves. Numb yourself on what you know is the truth. What are you doing? Numb. Alcohol, drugs, sex, food, you name it, honey. Let's just not. And it's a form of avoidance. Let's just pretend it's not there and keep living our lives because you know what? We're not changing. We ain't changing. Personal growth is for wimps. I'm fine the way I am. Another thing we try to do, just stay with the familiar, darlings. Stay with the familiar. Do what we normally would do. Go about your day. Go to work. Go to church. Go to whatever you're doing. You go to your ball game or whatever. Let's just do it for the familiar because that's what we know. Surefire and guarantee. That is the right way to be. If we want to live this life, we don't want to suffer. And let me tell you, for you to grow personally, there will be some type of suffering. Suffering, what does that mean? You got to deal with the negative, right? How old are you? That's the question we asked before. You're 50? You're 20? You're 40? The bigger your pain, the more important the lesson. The older you are, darling. You're oldie-goldie, you're silver, you're seasoned oyster. You're in your 20s, you're in your 30s, you're in your 40s. The longer you have lived on this life, the more, to tell the truth, the relationships you will encounter, possibly, the more, hopefully, wisdom you will acquire and experience you will acquire. And all of that contributes to the size of your baggage at the airport you're picking up. Meaning the size of your hardships that you have not addressed. So if you're hitting 70, baby, if you're hitting 50, if you're hitting 40, and you've never dealt with this little girl over here who lost her parents, this little boy over here who was abandoned by so and so and so, and if you've never dealt with it, and that has informed the way you have lived your life and the choices you have made, what do you think is going to happen, darlings? The harder, the more suffering you will have to navigate, the more emotions you will have to navigate, and possibly the longer it will take for you if you decide you are worthy of that journey. Because let's tell the truth. We talked about it before. Everybody wants instant result. You want to go to the gym and see that look at my muscle. You want to go to buy a plate, Louis Vuitton. You want to buy the lipstick. Look at me, I'm beautiful. Instant. We live in an instant world, darling. Claim your baggage, walk through your baggage and deal with the pain, the suffering, and soon you will get to the other side, but you gotta believe that you're worthy of it. Okay, my loves? Let's talk about it. Number 3. Lost, confused, and unsure. Of course, darlings. You will feel lost, confused, and unsure because you know why? I've been through it. I experienced it. As you clamber through, as you open up your whole suitcase of baggages, you will bump up onto a truth that you knew subconsciously. It was percolating, darling. You said, oh my gosh. Oprah calls it, Oprah Winfrey, she calls it the aha moment. I call it how what now? Oh, that's what I call mine. How what now? It just knock you back. You're like, oh my gosh, this is my why. You know what I'm talking about. Tell yourself the truth, people. Tell yourself the truth. There is a reason why you and me keep doing the same things. And so for you to discover your whys and you to go through all your baggage and all your compartments of years, you will be confused. You have to now be uncomfortable. You have to be in unfamiliar territory. We talked about it number 2, where you're not doing the same old thing. When you're not going to the game, instead of going to the game, instead of going to the bar, I mean the boys, you gotta sit in your therapist's office. You gotta sit and read about overcoming obstacles and this and that. And that leaves you in a foreign place. And it's hard to assimilate all that information because you gotta face the truth that you try to run from. It's hard and it's gonna be confusing, but here's what I said, darlings. Step outside. Get some vitamin D. Breath work, I talk about it all the time on this video. Go check it out. I think it's a reparenting video. I talk about breath work a lot on this channel. So just deep breaths. Put your head to the sky. If you can't go outside because the pandemic or whatever, it's snowing, if you're in whatever part of the world, stick your head out the window and just breathe in, breathe out slowly. Step away from whatever you're doing. You're feeling overwhelmed. Just step away. Just step away. You will get through it. But you have got to first what? Be willing to get through it and be ready. Be ready to pull yourself through the confusion that you will face, anxiety maybe. And step by step, itty bitty steps. You're not on a timeline, remember. We talk about it, there's no instant result, okay? If it take you 20 years, that's what it should take. Because maybe you've got a lot of stuff working through, and that's all right, Jones. Took me over 20 years. Yes, it did. And I'm still growing and still learning. Ain't no shame in it. You're a human being. You're not a robot. Okay? Don't know what you're talking about. Not changing. I ain't changing. Personal growth. Wimps. Not changing. Not changing. Personal growth. Wimps. Jolie's word number 4, the last one. Please remember this. You are the answer you seek. Let's say it again. You are the illumination, the answer, the key to your joy in your life is in your hands. It is not your kid's responsibility, your man's son, your woman's son, because you're gay, straight, bi, whatever. Come in here and get your loving. You do not discriminate. Whatever race you are, get in here and get a little taste of RebelForASpell. You are the answer to all that you need. Okay, darlings? Don't blame nobody. Don't point no finger nowhere else. Be honest with yourself. You made the decisions that led you to here. Not changing. You're 60 going on 2. Meaning, chronologically we age, but emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, we're toddlers. We're toddlers. We want to run to mama, run, mama, mommy, lad, help me. Help me figure it out and take this burden off of me. Don't work that way, baby. It don't work that way. And the thing is, it shouldn't. You want to be an adult? All this 20-some people you're already rushing to be an adult. All this is a part of it, always. You hold the keys to your freedom of your mental situation. But you've got to be ready to believe that. You're worthy of the journey that it will take. It's not instantaneous. You got to deal with your baggage. You will feel lost and confused. But as long as you're brave, darlings, you will get to the other side. And can I tell you what happened to your girl? The first flutter of release, of relief, of hope that I encountered, it was the smallest thing. It was the smallest sign, the smallest breath of the most delicious air. It wasn't anything miraculous, like, oh, that's what it is. I've grown, I'm personally grown. It wasn't like that, honey. I said, wow, I'm seeing little improvements. You know what it was? I started to smile more freely and readily. You know why? The work is internal, darling. It's internal work that you have to do. A lot of people think, you know, you get all these possessions and all these people, you know, these social class, you grow up the chain of whatever in your society, you go be fine, honey. It's interior work. When you close that house, then close that door in your house, who you kidding? So when you start to feel inner sense of peace, of quiet, of calm, and you realize that slowly you are surrendering to what is, because Eckhart Tolle said it, what is cannot be otherwise. We talked about it just now on Smash My Heart. What is cannot be otherwise. You needed to journey through that. So you hold the key. You are your answer. You are the love of your life. Let me come closer to this camera. You are the love of your life that you seek, but until you believe it, you will do what? Keep rinsing and repeating the relationships and patterns that you have been holding on to, because why? It's familiar. You can avoid all the things that make you want to cry, and you can numb yourself. All right, darlings, you're not changing. It's your right. Do what you want on this channel. I do what I want on my channel, clearly. Do what you want in your life, but let me tell you something, darlings. That truth is going to find you. It's found a lot of people that I know in their 90s, in their 80s, in their 70s, because I have friends from all age brackets. And it finds them. It says, hey, bye. Bye. Remember when you were 5 and you ain't deal with this here? It shows up to you because guess what? In the quiet of your soul, you will meet yourself. Always. Darlings, I hope you grow and learn and keep discovering, keep being brave, sharing, talking to somebody else. Whether you come on this channel, whether you write in your journal, whether you seek one of those therapists that I have in the description box below, darlings, tell yourself the truth. Because we need to keep living this life that we were so blessed with. Alright, darlings?
Another video is waiting for you. Check it out. Check it out now.